Yes, friends. So we are doing question number 7, in which I was doing finding out that what is there are two numbers which are 30% and 40% less than a third number. Okay. Then what we have to find out the second number. To find second number is what percent of the first number. That is required. So third number is not given. So we have assumed or we have taken or let the third number be 100. Okay. Then because first and second numbers are less than the third number by what? 30% and 40%. The first number is 100 minus 30% of 100. Because 100 is the third number. The value of third number is 100. So less than 100, 30% less than 100 is the first number. So this is 100 minus 30 because 30% of 100 is 30. So 100 minus 30 is 70. Then second number is 100 minus 40% of 100. That means 100 minus 40. This is 100 minus 40. That means 60. Okay, so this is 60. Well, the second number is 60 only because this is 40% less than the third number. Now what we have to require? The second number is what percent of the first number? That we have to find out. Now let me find out the final value. So what we have to find out that what percent the second number is what percent of first number. So 60 number is equal to find here the second number is what percent of the first number Okay, this implies that 60 is equal to, let me take x percent of 70. 70 is the first number. Now we say the second number is what percent? Let us say that is x percent of the first number. This we have to solve to find the value of x here. That will give us that this is second number is that percent of first number. That means x equal to, this is 70 upon 100 x, or let me write it down properly. So this is x into 70, x upon 100 into 70. This is equal to 60. So this implies that x is equal to 60 into 100 divided by 70. 0 cancel out. 600 upon 7. Okay, so this percent is the value of x. Therefore, x is equal to say 600 upon 70. That means 7 9 is 63, but 7 8 is 56. So it is 8 times 7 8 is 56. Right? Yeah, 56. Then 4 40 is 7 5 is 35. 5 remaining. 7 7 is 49. 0.77 is 49. 85, or we could write here that 5 upon 7. 85 and 5 upon 7, or we can write here 85.7%. This is the value of that x equal to 85.7% of. So second number means 60 is the 85.7% of 70. That is the point here of first number. So the second number is what percent of the first number. This we have to find out. Second number was 60. So 60 is what percent of 70. Okay, so x upon 100 or equal to 60 into 100 upon 70 that we have calculated. So this is 600 upon 7. So this is the final answer. That second number is 85.7% of the first number. Okay, this is final answer. Okay, so let us take now next question. Question number 8. Let's discuss about now question number 8. What does question number 8 say? Okay, let me first clean this board, and after that I'll take the question number 8. Okay, now question number 8. See here what is question number 8 given to us. Question number 8, what is given to us? Let me first read it and then I'll solve it. Okay, so question number 8. Now it says that a positive number is divided by 5. Alright. Instead of being is written 2 times. Instead of being multiplied by 5, it means it was actually multiplied, but it has been divided by 5. That is the difference here. So instead of being multiplied by 5, what percent is the result of the required correct value? So what percent is the result of the correct value? So correct value is what, and what percent of that is the new result? Let me now write down here what is given to us. A positive number, what is given? That a positive number is divided. A positive number is divided. It says 2 numbers. Sorry, this 8th question. A positive number is divided by 5. A positive number is divided by 5. Okay, instead of multiplying it by 5. Instead of being multiplied by 5, okay, this is the problem. Now it says that what is the percent to find here? To find what percent is the result? That what percent is the result? What percent is the result of the required number? What percent is the result of the required correct number? Of the required correct number. Of the required correct value. Of the required correct value. This is the most important point. This we have to find out. That by what percent is the new result, whatever is obtained, is what percent is the result of the required correct value. Okay, that we have to find out. So solution. See here. Now there is a positive number. A positive number is divided by 5 instead of multiplied by 5. Let us take, let the positive number be 1 or is 1. That positive number is, let the positive number be 1. then the correct value, okay, after, because it had to be multiplied, okay, instead of being multiplied we have divided, so multiplication, then the correct value of the number is equal to 5 into 1, because we have to multiply that number, but instead of multiplying, this is the correct value, one thing, and the incorrect value, because we have divided that number by 5, so is equal to incorrect, and the incorrect value is equal to 1.5. Now 5 is the correct value which we have to do. We have to multiply that number 1 by 5, but instead of that we have divided by 5. This is the new result. Now this new result is what percent of 5? This is the required thing. Therefore, the new result, the new value, that is 1/5, is what percent of 5, the correct value. 5 is the correct value, okay, of the correct value. That is the point here. So this implies that let us say this is x percent of 5. So 1.5 is equal to x percent of, let us take it is x percent of 5. 1.5 is x percent of 5. So therefore, x equal to, which we have to calculate. Therefore, x, this is x upon 100. Let me write, therefore x upon 100, or here we are just writing the same thing again in a proper manner, or x upon 100 into 5 is equal to 1/5. Try to understand this, how it is. I would say the new result is what percent of the correct value. This is the, what percent is the result of the required correct value. What percent of correct value is the new result. This new result 1.5, which is obtained after dividing that number 1 by 5. This is the new result. This new result is what percent of the correct value. So therefore x equal to, it implies that x equal to, okay, 100 upon 5 into 5. That is 4%. X equal to 4%, because we have to write it in percentage. This is the answer here. Okay, so the incorrect value is 5% of the correct value. Got the point? So 5 upon, yes, 100. Yeah, so what percent of 5, what percent of 5 is 1.5? That's the point. Alright, x equal to 4%. Right? So this is the answer here. Simple. 100 upon 25, 25 4 is 100, so that means 4%. This is the answer. Let us take now question number 9. What does question number 9 say? Let me check that also. Okay, so now question number 9. What is given to us? Let me first write here. Given. Okay, so what is given to us? Let's now talk about. It says a positive number is by mistake multiplied by 5 instead of being divided by 5. Okay, so in this case the reverse has happened. What we have to divide it, but we have multiplied that number. Incorrect value is 5, because 5 into 1. Let me take 1 as the correct value. So what is given to us? Okay, a positive number again. A positive number is multiplied by 5 instead of being divided by 5, instead of being divided by 5, okay, instead of being divided by 5, that is the point here. Okay, ninth question. A positive number is by mistake multiplied by 5 instead of being divided by 5. So by what percent more or less than the correct answer is the result obtained. Okay. Now it says that more or less whatever result is obtained, it is, if it is less or more, the result is obtained. That result is okay. The difference you will calculate by what percent more or less than the correct answer is the result obtained. By what percent more or less than the correct answer is the result obtained. Okay, let's see. So the result obtained, the difference of those two numbers is what percent of the correct value. That's the point. So a positive number is a positive number here. Sorry, a positive number is multiplied by 5 instead of being divided by 5. So to find here, try to understand. To find by what percent, I would say by what percent, okay, by what percent is the result, is the result of the required, what percent is the, by what percent is the result of the required, sorry, this one, by what percent more or less, I'm sorry, this I was writing down, by what percent more or less, it says, ninth one, by what percent more or less, sorry, by what percent more or less than the correct answer is the result obtained. Then the correct answer is the result obtained. Is the result obtained. Okay, solution. Now let us solve it. What does it say? Now again let us take the positive number is 1. Let us check. Let that positive number be or is 1. So the new result is, or the correct value will be a positive multiplied by 5. So correct value is 1.5. So the correct value is 1/5. But it is to be divided instead of being divided. Okay, so it is to be divided. So this is the correct value. And the incorrect new result, because we have multiplied that number by 5, the incorrect new result is equal to 5 into 1 means 5 into 1, because we have multiplied that number by 5. This is a new result, which is wrong one, incorrect one. So what is the difference here? So difference is the new result is 5 more. So the difference is, is 5 minus 1.5. The result obtained is 5, but correct value was this. So this is the incorrect value is more. That means 25 minus 1, 24 upon 5. If I take 5 LCM, so this is 5 upon 1. 5 of the 25 minus 1, 24 upon 5. 24 upon 5 is the new result. Now what we have to find out? Now it is that 24 upon 5, this result is what percent of 1.5? That is to be calculated. Now let me take, hence 1.5 is what percent of correct value is 1.5 of correct value 1.5. So this is the new result, difference of new result. So let us find out this. So let us take this is x percent. Let x percent of 1 upon 5 is equal to 24 upon 5, or x is equal to, well, x upon 100 into 1.5 is equal to 24 upon 5 upon 1 upon 5 will come in the denominator into this 100 will come in the numerator, so this is into 100. Try to understand. What is this? 24 upon 5 divided by 1.5, because this was the correct value. Okay, so correct value of what percent of correct value is the new result. So that is here 24 upon 5, which is the new difference, is less or more or less. This is the value which is obtained here, difference of those two values. Correct value is subtracted from the new value, which was the incorrect one, which is 5. 5 minus 1.5, this is 24.5. 24.5 is what percent of the correct value 1.5. This is the point. Let us take this is x percent, with x equal to 1.5 cancelled out. So it is nothing but 2400. For 24 into 100, that means 2400%. So this is the answer here. So x equal to this is, so that number is 2400%. Okay, the new difference is 2400% of the correct value, which was 1.5. This is the answer. So 2400%. Alright. Let us take now question number 10. What does question number 10 say? Check it. Okay, now question number 10 is of what kind? Now it says, let us write here. It says that the production of wheat, alright, they say production of wheat increased by 75% from 1990 to 1995. Okay, in 5 years, it has increased by 75%. Now from 95 to 2000, there was 100% increase, right? 100% increase. Find the percentage increase in production of wheat from 1990 to 2000, means total 10 years. What is the total difference? So this, in case, because both in both the years and both the interval of years, the production is increasing. So total result will be by what percent? If there is, I'll just move. Let me first write down here the production of wheat, which says that the production of wheat is increased by 75% from 90 to 95. Yeah, from 99 to 1995, and it has increased by 100%. The production has increased in 100% from 1995 to 2000. That is given to us. Now we find out the final result, that in both these two intervals, what is the total increment? So to find here, find the percentage increase in production from, to find percentage increase in production of wheat from 1990 to 2000. Okay, of these 10 years total. We have to find out the solution. Let's find out solution. Now for this direct result is, suppose there are two or 3 years. If in the first year it has increased by X%, in the second year it has increased by percent, and the third year it has been increased by Z%. X, Y and Z. So in all the 3 years it has been increased, suppose. So 100 plus X upon 100, total result will be of 100 we have to find out. What is the total value initially is not known to us. Now it says that by what percent the total result has been increased. Suppose the total increment is P, population initially, but sorry, this wheat production was, total production was P. Okay, by what percent the total production has increased? Alright, so this P into 100 plus 75% means 75 upon 100 plus into 100 plus 100 upon 100. That is the final result. So in such a situation, let me write here. In such a situation, the final increment in the production or whatever, in this case it is production, will be, suppose P is the initial value production, into this is 100 plus 75% upon 100 we do, and into multiplied 100 plus 100% because it has been increased by 100% upon 100. Okay, this was percent increment. Let me solve it. So this is P into 175 upon 100 into this is 200 upon 100. This 20 cancelled out, and this is now by 25. Suppose it is 7 times, it is 4 times. 25 4 is 100, 25 7 is 175. So 7 upon 4 and 7 to the 14. So it has been increased by 7 to the 14, 2 to the this much, right, upon 100. It was 2 here, and this is 7. So 7 upon 2. The final increment is 3 into 100 also, sorry, into 100 we do, I'm sorry, we do into 100 also, because percentage increase we have to find out. This is into 100, 100 has been, is to multiply, so this is 700 upon, final value has been increased, 700 upon 2. This is 7 into 100, this is 7 into 100, I'm sorry, it's 7 into 100, okay, so 700 upon 2, and this is 350%, the value has increased. Okay, so the final value 300p, 350%, or we can write it as in percent form. So 350% the increment has been done. Okay, so this is how we calculate this. 175 was 100 plus 75, 175, and 200%. So total value has been increased by 350%, whatever the initial value was. So 350% of the initial value it has been increased. Okay, this is how the process we calculate. This is the answer here. 350%, the final result we calculate like this. Okay, let us take now next question. Okay, so whenever this kind of result is there, we just calculate the final result, multiply by 100 and percent sign we write. Okay, and that will give us the final result. Now let us take that. What is the next question? 11th question, number 11. Now this is 11th question. 3 more questions are left. So 11th question, number 11. What is given to us? They say the percentage increase in graduates from a university is as follows. 1990 to 1991, it has increased by 10%. Number of graduates in a university has increased by from 1990 to 1991. Okay, 10%. 91 to 92, 25%. 1992 to 1993, it is 5%. So what is the overall percentage increase? Percentage of increase in graduates from 90 to 93. So for 3 years. So again we do the same thing. We add 10%, 110 upon 100.